my name's Charlie and welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing, it's meant to be 5 big books left on my TBR, but I'm going to do 6 because I just can't ever do just 5, I can never stick to the rules. I saw this video on Heather's lovely channel, Bookworm Heather, so I'm going to link her video and her channel down below. She's lovely, she's gorgeous, I love you so much, Heather. I love your channel, and as you already know. So I said I was going to do this video, so I am. I'm just going to show you some of the biggest books that are on my TBR, so my physical TBR. So I'm just going to dive straight in. Also, sorry about wearing the same clothes and stuff like that. I've pre-filmed, and I'm not changing because I just don't have the mental and the physical energy to do all that stuff today. So this is what you've got. Sorry! The first book I'm going to show you is Sarah Walter's The Paying Guest, and this is a stonker at 595 pages, I believe. No, is it 595 or is it? Yes, 595 pages. So it's very big, quite big, obviously. And this is Sarah Walters writes dark, very dark, kind of twisty books. It says on the Black and the Bear, but it says a love story that is also a crime story. I'll read you what it says. It says, because I don't know a lot about some of these books, and I don't really want to research too much into them because I want to discover them myself, obviously. It says, in 1922, and in a hushed South London villa, life is about to be transformed. As genteel widow Mrs. Ray and her discontented daughter Frances are obliged to take in lodgers, Lillian and Lionel Barber, a modern young couple of the clerk's class, bring with them gramophone music, colour and fun, and dangerous desires. The most ordinary of lives, it seems, can explode into passion and drama. And then it says, obviously, a love story that is also a crime story. So she writes twisty books, they're dark, and they're kind of set in the, 1922. So I'm intrigued to find out this one. I definitely really want to prioritise Sarah Walters because I think I've got another one. I've got another one of hers on my physical TBR upstairs. I think I've got the The Night Watch. So that's another one I want to read. That's one. A big one to read. My sister's calling me, but I'm going to ignore it. Love you, Emily, because you're watching, sorry. The next one on my list that I'm going to show you is The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt, and this is a stonker. This is 864 pages, which to me is really, really big, and I've had this copy for ages because quite a few years ago, I won some Waterstones vouchers and a prize at in town and stuff, and I went into Waterstones and picked it up. But I've never read it, so obviously, because that's why it's on the list. And this is it says, age 13, Theo Decker is son of a devoted mother and an absent father, miraculously survives a catastrophe that otherwise tears his life apart. Alone and rudderless in New York, he is taken in by a family of a wealthy friend. Theo is tormented by a longing for his mother, and down the years he clings to the thing that most reminds him of her, a small, captivating painting that ultimately draws him into the criminal underworld. So, whilst it sounds so good, which is obviously why I picked it up, something has held me back from picking it up, and probably the fact that it's so long. Also, I kind of think I've heard some mixed reviews about this, so I definitely want to read it though this year, hopefully. So we shall see. I'm going to hold myself accountable with all these books, aren't I? The next one is one that was on my bookish poster that I've got. So this is what I have to read this year. I feel like I have to read. This is Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. And this sounds really, really good, actually. So it is one I'd really want to prioritise. It says Anna Karenina. I'm probably pronouncing that completely wrong, so I'm sorry. Seems to have everything: beauty, wealth, popularity, and an adored son. But she feels that her life is empty until the moment she encounters the impetuous officer, Count Vronsky. The subsequent affair scandalises society and the family alike, and soon brings jealousy and bitterness in its wake, leading to Anna's downfall. Set against a backdrop of Russian high society, this tragic story of love, destiny, and self-destruction is also vividly observed, rich portrait of the whole of human life. So that just sounds really wonderful, and it's definitely one that I want to push up on my list. So hopefully I shall get to the soon. It does kind of put me off because it's so long, and like I said, this one, did I tell you how many pages it was? This is it's like 800 odd pages. which again to me is it's a lot for me to. Ooh, is it 800? It's got quite a lot of nights. 817. So that is quite chunky to me. I know lots of people have got like with Stephen King, he writes like 1,000 pages ones, but to me 817 pages is a lot. So that is one of my big ones on my list. This is really battered because my son has read and loved this book. This is his Phillip Pullman's Dark Materials, and this is like 3 books essentially, so I don't know whether this is kind of cheating putting this in here, but it's still a really big one, she said. This is 1,088 pages. So whilst it's 3 stories combined, I will definitely be reading it together. So, and it's kind of one that's, again, another high priority, and this is on my poster as well. I'm going to link my poster video down below in case you haven't seen it. It's on my 100 books bucket list poster or something. I'm saying that's probably wrong, but either which way, if you want to see that video where I list the books that are on my book bucket list poster, I'll link that down below. And this is one that's on there. So yeah, this is wonderful. Phillip Pullman writes it's like fantastical kind of, it's middle grade book, but I can't wait to read it. It's really, really famous. I'm sure you guys have all heard of it. It says, I don't know whether all of you have heard of it. It says Northern Lights introduced Lyra, so it's to do with it's Lyra's tale. It's sort of very fantastical, mythological. Lyra's an orphan who lives in a parallel universe in which science, theology and magic are intertwined. Lyra's search for a kidnapped friend uncovers a sinister plot involving stolen children and turns into a quest to understand the mysterious phenomenon called the dust. And then it sort of leads from one book to the next book to the next book. So it's got Northern Lights, the Subtle Knife and the Amber Spyglass all in one. I can't wait to read it. The next 2 are graphic novels, so whilst they are beefy, hopefully there will be ones that should be quite easy to get through. I can't remember exactly the numbers on this aren't numbered very well. I know this is like 800. Oh no, it's not. It's not even. It says 800. This is 582. So it's not the biggest one, but it's definitely obviously it's because I've showed you the biggest ones on my TBR, so my physical TBR. So 582 pages is still one of my bigger books, and it's physically very large. So it's a graphic novel though, so written by Craig Thompson. It's a romantic story, and really it shouldn't be too difficult to get through even. He's also written a one called Habibi, I think, and I really want to read that. So because I've seen that in the shops. I nearly picked that up on my book haul. I'll show you the picture of that here. Habibi, and it was just so. It was so big and clunky. I just couldn't carry it back with me. When I went recently to London, I saw it and I was just like, "Ooh, do I not?" But no, I did not. Either which way, this is set in very wintry. I'm going to read this in December, I think, because it's sort of obviously you can see like the snow and stuff, and yeah, it just seems really wonderful. So it says, wrapped in the snowful, blustery mid-western winter, Craig Thompson's graphic novel memoir interweaves a coming-of-age high school romance with the tale of 2 brothers growing up in rural isolation. So this sounds wonderful, and one I definitely want to read. And I think, again, hopefully one I shall get to very, very soon. The last one I'm going to show you is actually my husband's book. But I want to read it because I watched this. I'll show you what it's called. It's called Farscape Omnibus 1. And we watched the television show Farscape quite a few years ago. But we loved it, and this is the graphic novel version of it. And yeah, my husband's collecting them, and it just sounds really, really wonderful, and it sounds a bit different. And it's really, the colours, like it's really beautiful. Can you see the illustrations? They're so intricate. I love graphic novels. I'm really getting into graphic novels this year. Before this year, I don't think I'd even read that many. So, but yeah, it just sort of tells the story of the TV show and kind of thing. So it says Farscape changed the landscape of science fiction television when introduced to the world John Crichton and his adventures in the uncharted space. The setting, so it's a sci-fi one. Obviously, it says now Jim Henson Company and legendary science fiction writer and the Farscape creators return to one of their most celebrated creations for the official continuation of the beloved and groundbreaking television series. So it continues the story of John Crichton in book form, and I can't wait to read it. So whilst it's my husband's, it's on my list, and this is like, how many pages is this? I think it's like 900 pages because I googled this because, again, the numbers, I can't see where the numbers are written. It might be in here. I'm going to put the number, whatever this, put the page number of this across the screen, because you will, so then you will know. Because I did research, but I can't remember. I think it's 900 something pages. So I can't wait to read it. Space inspired, very sci-fi, a bit out of my comfort zone, kind of, even though I like a bit of sci-fi every now and then. One I want to read. So thank you very much, Hez, for like suggesting this to me again, kind of like inspiring me to do this video. I definitely will hold myself accountable and try and endeavour to read those books next year. So this time next year, maybe I shall revisit this video and tell you whether I have managed it or not. So either way, in case you're new to my channel, I post videos on Wednesdays and Sundays. So if you are new, hello, and I hope you come back. So yeah, sending you lots and lots of love, and so anyone that needs lots of love, I'm sending it to you. And chat to me in the comments, because I love it when you chat to me in the comments, as you already know. I'm making so many lovely like connections with you guys. It's so important, and I know I say it, but I really mean it. Like, honestly, this is like one of my favourite things. So love talking to people about books and making lovely friendships with you guys. So take care, sending lots of love. Bye.